What's our first stop?
Next stop.
We are going to Boston, Massachusetts. Got a pretty big hockey game happening there on Thursday.
Beantown.
Canada versus the US of A. But we're not heading there quite yet. We'll head there maybe on Friday or on Thursday. We're going to Boston because we're at Fenway Park. The Boston Red Sox made a big signing this offseason. Third baseman Alex Bregman, former Houston Astro, who you probably saw play here in West Palm Beach.
Oh, no.
He's a third baseman, as I mentioned. They've already got a third baseman in Rafael Devers. However, Rafael Devers was asked, are you going to switch positions? You're not very good defensively, and here's what he had to say.
That's just my position.
How would you react if they asked you to DH? How would you feel about that?
No, Rafael Devers says, I will not DH. Instead of play third base. Is this Devers' right as a long core piece of this Boston Red Sox core?
Oh, let me check Devers' because obviously this guy must be well decorated to be talking to a champ. Talk about a champ that's coming in the door like that, like he's not going to cede weight to him. Let's see. Rafael Devers looking for, three-time All-Star. He's a World Series champion. Never mind. This guy gets it.
But Alex Bregman is 16 outs above average. He's pretty much the seventh best third baseman in Major League Baseball defensively. In the same span, Rafael Devers ranks third from last.
Yeah, he's bad at it. Now, obviously, if the team makes a free agent signing to get a guy that replaces your specific position, it might not even be up to you in the first place, so you might want to just say the right thing and look like a good company guy. But I think my attempt to cut the legs out from under him because I was trying to cheer on my Houston Astro guy there. Yeah. It did fail, so I will cede to the World Series champion, Rafael Devers.
Do you think
what you want, sir?
Since he's the franchise player, he was there before Bregman, he'll probably be there after Bregman. Yeah. Unless this comes to blows and it actually ends up separating the Red Sox and Devers. You think it's his right to keep that position even if he's statistically horrible in the field?
He's probably doing himself a disservice. And he's doing the team a disservice if he's going to put up a stinker about this. Now, obviously, if he's a three-time All-Star, he's got 3 All-Stars since 2021, 2 Silver Sluggers. Like, the guy is good at the offensive side of the game, good enough to be one of the stars of the Red Sox. So why not just do what you do best?
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing because by no means am I calling Devers the Jeter of the Red Sox, but there was the same similar, less public conflict. Of course, the stories got out between Jeter staying at short when the Yankees signed A-Rod. Jeter didn't want to give up shortstop. And shortstop is held to a higher regard than third base. Right. So it's weird for Devers to hold on to third base this tight, even though by just playing DH, he will extend his career. Because right now in Major League Baseball, like that kind of extends his career. Yeah. What do you have when you have an old guy? You don't put him in the field. Yeah, Albert Pujols played like 7 years as DH.
That's the thing, though. You don't want to be put at DH at 28 years old. He's not an old guy yet. Like, I remember the days of, like, those kind of guys, the Pujolses and, like, the Ortizes becoming DHs. But he's right. It is a little disrespectful. It does cut out the potential that he does have at 28 years old to be relegated to a DH. Is there any parallel to that in baseball? Like a middle of his prime guy being relegated to DH.
Trying to think.
Kind of tough.
There definitely is an example out there in the effort to extend their career. Almost Stan. Stan's pretty old now.
Extending your career starts later.
Yeah.
This guy's good right now. He's 28. I would be pissed if I was him too. Screw Bregman.
We're going to Paris, France.
I like it out there.
We were there a lot this summer. Why? Because that's where the Olympics was. Well, Netflix is going to relive those Olympics already. They're releasing a special series about the NBA stars in last summer Olympics. Listen to Kevin Durant, the waterworks flowing, talking about what this means to him.
I can tell how much this means to you, man.
Nah, for sure. For sure, because it's like, I come from neighborhoods where people don't even talk to each other. Like, so much hate in the world, too. Like, when people get to start laughing and joking for the game of ball, like, it's cool to me. So, like, it get me emotional, dog. My bad. Because it's crazy to see. Cause it's crazy to see somebody say travel so long to come see their favorite player play in the Olympics. They spend their money. They bring their whole family. Like, it's just dope to me. The game just saved my life, so it brought me and my family out of a lot of bull. So I'm just like grateful for it. For real.
I have no words for how genuine that was. Like, if that was LeBron, you would know it was kind of, it was made for the moment. How genuine that was for Kevin Durant, how much he feels in that moment, and also how grateful we should be that we have an athlete like this who's on the back end of his career, still giving it his all, still playing in an elite form, that cares that much just about the love of the game. Like, the only time I feel like I've been that vulnerable to somebody outside of my family was when I had a conversation with my wife's father about his daughter before she was my wife, right? Like, that's the kind of thing that brought me to that kind of a state where you get that emotional. And if you think about it, for Kevin Durant, basketball is his true love. Basketball is the thing that he said there saved his life. Like, I love everything about that. I want more hoopers. I want more football players, more baseball, hockey players. People who care about their craft to the level where it brings them to tears. That gives me joy, man.
Yeah.
That's a real hooper right there. We are the art of the real hooper. We're losing that because it's a lot of spoiled brats who have been pampered since they've been 9 years old, going through the travel ball circuits and using trainers and using everybody along their way until they get to the NBA and then forgetting all about them. We get a lot of pampered, spoiled brats in the NBA and in basketball today. I hate the trajectory of where the game is going, and there's going to be a lot less of the Kobe's, even though he had a dad that played bro ball, and the Kevin Durant's of the world that care that much. It's a lost art. We're losing the recipes. Protect KD at all costs.
Next stop.
Speaking of the NBA kind of going in a negative direction, many people would say, there was a caller that called into new ESPN radio national show, Clinton and Friends. We had Clinton Yates on this show. He called in and had this remedy, this fix to the NBA. I need your opinion. I need everybody's opinion on this.
So I think I just solved the problem with the NBA. Let's make dunks worth 3 points also. You're going to have to define what a dunk is, but let's make dunks worth 3 points also. We want the inside game again.
Dunks are worth 3 points, says caller in a Clinton and Friends, and Theo Dorsey says...
Can't have it. Can't have it for a couple of reasons. I won't get into all of that. To save us time, I will just give you my solution that piggybacks off of our friend here from Clinton and Friends' idea for the NBA. Alley-oops are worth 3 points.
All right.
Alley-oops are worth 3 points, and what quantifies as an alley-oop? If you want to only restrict it to the alley-oops that are dunked in, you can do that. If you want to also include alley-oops that are maybe tipped in, kind of like if you played 21 before, tip drill, your feet got to be off the ground. It has to come from another player off his hands. It can't be a shot attempt. It can't hit the rim, but it has to be an official alley-oop. You define what that is, and that's worth 3 points. As great as dunks can be, if you make dunks worth 3 points, do you think people are going to give us high-flying explorations through the air to get those 3 points, or you think they're just going to be giving us rim grazers to get the three?
Yeah, I'm thinking a two-hand, and all 7+ footers will be drafted very early in every draft.
Yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of basic dunks to get 3 points. If you add the element of it has to be an alley-oop, think about how many times there's going to be fast breaks. And it's a 2-on-1. And what happens on a 2-on-1 on any level of basketball these days? One guy shoots to the corner, and the other guy kind of goes maybe off to the right, maybe to the wing, and they try and settle for a three-pointer. Imagine if on a 2-on-1 now, you could also get 3 by throwing an alley-oop.
Ooh.
This could trickle down to all levels of plays, because if you say it doesn't have to be a dunk, just an alley-oop, it can be an alley-oop layup in middle school, in high school. Now you are faced with another level of concern as a defense, even in half-court sets. We got to protect against the corner three just as much as we got to protect against the paint, because they can get an alley-oop over the top of us and score 3 on one of the most efficient plays in basketball. If you make the alley-oop the most efficient play in basketball, incentivizing it, I think that would create bigger moments, and you are welcome. Take that. Do with it what you want, Adam Silver. Any rebuttal to that, C-Cat, as we enter the happy hour? I know we got to get going. Any rebuttal to an alley-oop being 3 points but not a dunk?
I would say defenses would be so petrified of the 4-point play, they wouldn't play defense in a 2-on-1 fast break.
No, you would. You're gonna have to defend it. You're not giving up a 3 that's an auto.